to Aging and Awesome. Mental health has never been more talked about than it seems to be right now, as we're all feeling world events are more and more in the forefront of our minds, and realizing how talking to someone, taking that time, could really help each and every one of us mentally. We're joined now by Dr. David Yenis of Reno Behavioral Healthcare Hospital in South Reno. Dr. Yenis, thank you so much for coming on the show. Such an important topic. Are you seeing more and more people coming in wanting to get help?
Absolutely. So I think these past 2 years has been so challenging for all of us. Positive to note, though, that we have seen an increase in our community members accessing care.
And are you seeing an age difference? Is there an increase in maybe older people? Are you seeing differences in age?
So access to care, particularly for mental health, for our senior care, is something that I'm very, very passionate about, because it's something that I feel goes underdiagnosed.
Right.
And so I think just by you inviting me today on your show and having the opportunity to speak about mental health and its impact on senior care is pivotal for opening up the conversation, and I think decreasing the stigma for individuals in wanting to access mental health services.
And when does a family member or a loved one or an individual know when it's time?
So I think it's really important to just be mindful of signs and symptoms of how ourselves or a loved one may function differently from their baseline. If you're seeing drastic changes in one's mood, in one's joy for living and participating in activities that one used to really enjoy doing, and you see a decrease in that. If they're often becoming a little bit more argumentative, maybe feeling a little bit more irritable, these are all signs that we just want to hold in mind so that we can assess further and ask questions of our loved one to really determine if it's time, if we need to seek out professional support.
What are some coping skills, maybe just 2 or 3, that folks at home might be able to use?
That's a great question, Kai. So every morning when I wake up, I, with intention, think of self-talk. I want to have a good day. And if I'm really struggling, I'm gonna, partake in personal hygiene. I'm gonna take a shower and get dressed and leave my home and maybe run some errands and go to the grocery store. With intention, though, I'm thinking about the type of day I'm putting out into the world, if you will, how I want my day to go. I'm really a big believer on deep breathing. For me, deep breathing is a whole body physiological response. So taking 4 or 5 really deep breaths, I feel can really move us to a place of calmness where we feel more grounded and we're more emotionally, mentally, and socially ready to take on our day.
Absolutely. That is so important for everybody, regardless of your mental health, to maintain your mental health. Important to do. So Dr. Yenis, how can people get in touch with Reno Behavioral Healthcare?
Yes, so we are a local provider, and they can just call our main number at 775-393-2200, and that will go directly to intake, and they can ask any questions, and we'll navigate them through that whole process.
And thank you for meeting this need in our community. We need your services.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Season 8 of Aging and Awesome is right around the corner, and sponsorship opportunities are available now. The A&A Media Group is excited to welcome a familiar face, Marsha Rambo, to our team as our community stakeholder account executive. From Aging and Awesome to our PR and production services, the A&A Media Group tells your story like no one else can. Email Marsha at anamediagroup.com.